You know, we've talked a lot in the last few months, really basically since November, who the hell is going to step up and lead the Democratic Party. We still don't really have an answer for that, but let's look at the other side, okay? We know who runs the Republican Party right now. That is Donald Trump. Hands down, they will do what he tells them to do. But he's got less than 4 years now. After that, who runs the Republican Party? And that has been a question the media has been asking ever since November 5th. Mm-hmm. And what are the names that could be emerging? And I don't think he's got what his daddy has, but Donald Trump Jr. could be the guy that Republicans put at the top of the ticket in 2028. And I don't see that happening. I don't see him as having the charisma, I guess you would say, that his dad does. So I don't know that that's a viable option for them.
I don't think it is, and I think they know that, although Daddy would love for him to run. Trump Sr. can be unhinged, and you go, okay, this is Trump. This young kid can't do what Daddy does. He can't say the things that Daddy does. He can't take these massive leaps that Daddy does. He just is not capable of it, first of all. And his age doesn't even allow him to do it. Okay, there's a couple of things. But right now, if you look at him, it looks like they are grooming him. I mean, he shows up in Greenland. You know, when Trump's making the statement, well, we're gonna own Greenland, and he shows up in Venezuela. You know, he's entertaining these heads of state. He's moving more into. He's been the MAGA domestic guy, right?
Yeah.
If it's a MAGA domestic issue, he's out there as the spokesman for it. Right now, you've got Vance stepping into that and doing a pretty impressive job. I mean, if he's trying to accomplish what young Trump is trying to accomplish, he's doing it. But they're freeing young Trump up to do these, to look like he's kind of in charge of international issues. And all that can tell me is that, yeah, they're serious about thinking about him running.
And you know, I know a lot of people don't want to hear me say this, but there is a small part of Donald Trump Sr. that is, I don't want to call it likable, but I guess likably intriguing.
Intriguing is the word I would use.
You know, because it's nothing about him is really likable, but there is the thing that does draw people to. That drew it to him when he was hosting The Apprentice, long before he ever got into politics.
Right.
All of that. It's just this weird. I have to keep watching this, and Junior doesn't have that.
No,
Junior
not
comes
at all.
across as exceptionally angry,
Yes.
which, given his father's anger, for Junior to be described as angry is not a good thing. And he doesn't have any of that intrigue to him. He is a guy that was born a billionaire. He hasn't created anything, and to his credit, Senior did. Mm-hmm. You know, he was given money by his dad, absolutely, but he still built upon it. Junior hasn't.
He's a MAGA evangelist, is the way I would put it.
That's a
You know,
great
his
way to
role
explain
is
that.
He's the evangelist for the MAGA concepts. And beyond that, I don't think he's, J.D. Vance is, if you take the two, Republicans better off going with J.D. Vance, even though he's younger, I think, than Trump.
They're
About the same age.
Vance is a little bit younger, yeah. But
Interesting is that young Trump is the one that really lobbied hard for Vance to have the position of VP. They're good friends.
Yeah.
And Trump, it'd be interesting to see, does Vance run and have Trump as his VP? And all we know at this point is if you were to do it tomorrow, that'd be a good choice. If you do it 4 years from now, we don't know.
Well, and see, that's the other part of this too. All of these conversations may be moot.
They might
You
be.
know, if we continue, if we do hit the recession that right now is looking like, hey, we could be barreling towards this by the end of June.
You wonder whether the recession is intentional. You know, think about it. Okay, we're not that far away from the Biden years, right?
Right.
And a recession is typically set up over at least a 2-year period of time. If you're being honest about it, and you're not far enough away to where you say recession really kills the Republicans, especially if Trump gets on the air and says, look, I know there's going to be some suffering here, but we have to bring jobs back to America. if you call on the patriotism idea, we got to bring jobs back to America. We got to get our borders. We got to become strong again. So think about what Americans did in the Second World War, the sacrifices they made. He could still get there. But, I don't know. And if he gets there, maybe then young Trump does become a viable candidate. If he doesn't, and we've got an economic disaster, forget it. It's everything off the table.
He could get there. He is not smart enough, and he will never get there.
Yeah.
I mean, just this week, this morning, whatever, he gets out because he's pissed off and says 50% tariffs on Canada starting tomorrow on aluminum and steel. Piss off.
Yeah.
Unless you become the 51st state.
Yeah.
So there is no rational thinking here. There is no let's sit down with advisors and figure this out. And look, we're not far from the Biden administration, yet 100% of the factors, and I mean 100% of them that are leading to the recession, and it's not even the Republican Party, as much as I would love to blame all of them. It's literally one guy.
Yeah.
The tariffs, the deportations, the mass firings. I mean, layoffs increased 245% in February. He lost Fox News this week. They are finally out there saying, this is bad and you're screwing up.
Fox is saying it's a simple argument, and that is if you extract this wealth from the economic system in America, if you take billions out, no matter how it's there, if you take that out of our system and then you add inflation, those two things give you and then loss of jobs.
Yeah.
All those things add up to certainly a recession. Barron Trump, maybe he's the next Trump we're going to see, but I don't know that if it's. I don't know.
And he's got 17 years before he's even eligible. But
I'm joking about that.
Well,
no, it could be that long before the Trumps come back.
Honestly, though, I don't think that is that much of a joke. I think out of all the Trump kids, I think he's got a brain. I have no faith in Junior or Eric. I think Eric has, got real issues. But Barron started advising Trump's campaign right around the time it started turning around.
I agree.
17 years from now, if we're still having to do this,
we
will probably be talking about, Barron Trump's running for president. So we'll see.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Welcome to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel. I am Farron Cousins, the host of Ring of Fire here on YouTube. I don't know if this is your first time here or maybe you're somebody who comes here every single day, but either way, let me tell you what's going on. Ring of Fire was actually started in the year 2004 by none other than our own America's lawyer, Mike Papantonio. And over the last 20 plus years, Ring of Fire has gone from being a 1-hour weekend radio program on Air America through a series of changes. Go Left TV, which we started back in 2007. We've been on the Young Turks network. And of course, this very YouTube channel here that started obviously as they all do with no subscribers. And we've now ballooned to well over 1 million as we go on our way to that 2 million mark. So again, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Take a few minutes, look around. We have content that actually goes back 20 years. So there's lots to see, there's lots to do. And trust me, with the next 4 years of Donald Trump getting back in office, we will be here every day, every single day with fresh content for you, to keep you informed about what's happening and, of course, to warn you of the potential dangers that Donald Trump poses as we approach his second term.